professionals. My name is Samantha, founder of Nameapp Consulting. I'm here to help you navigate in your career once you move across to a new country. Today I'm in a different space. I decided to change things around because I was so a bit bored and tired of my old space, but I'm kind of liking this one. I think I'm going to get used to this. Anyway, moving right along. So a lot of my videos will be about sharing advice regarding the Australian workplace and the landscape. I'm also going to give you a lot of advice and tips on various steps that you can take that will get you to where you want to be in your career. And as great as that's all going to be, I figured none of it is going to help you with the most important factor of all, which is having the right mindset. You could implement the right steps in your job search and do everything you are told to do. But if you're missing the right frame of mind, the right perceptions, and the appropriate beliefs within yourself, especially, then none of that is going to matter. You are not holding the right energy for yourself, and you will most probably not go as far as you wish in your career search, in your job search. So today is Motivation Monday. And I figured it might be a good idea to frame your mind for success. So before we even begin to talk about how to achieve that success, before we give you steps and tricks and hints and hacks and whatever it is, let's rather talk about what your mindset is like. The also popular law of attraction is what I'm going to base my teaching on today. As a career transitioning expert, I have designed this channel to equip any professional with information that can make your transition to any new work culture in the world that much easier. Most people go about their lives doing all the right things and still not get the results they want. And sometimes even getting mediocre results. You spend so much time, so much money even on tuition fees to get a certain degree. You study hard, attain that qualification, then maybe get a job and work hard in that job. Hopefully, move up the corporate ladder and maybe even get that old desirable CEO position. But never really feel a sense of fulfillment or self-actualization. So today I want to tell you a story that reflects the law of attraction. And that's a story about a little girl from a small town back in Zimbabwe. Born of two beautiful souls, but raised by multiple guardians. Imagine being born and having both a mother and a father, but none of them taking ownership to raise you as their own. They each had their priorities. Maybe the desire to raise their daughter was there, but none took it upon themselves to actually raise their child. So she moved from one person's house to another. The fundamental part of her life became a game of chess, moving from one guardian to another guardian, as if to reflect just how much everyone around her did not prioritize her livelihood. She was a child, a lost one at that, with no idea who her real parents were. She called everyone who took guardianship over her Mama Lipap. Changed surnames like she was changing diapers. One minute she was this surname, then the next she would be a different surname. A couple of years later, she changed her surname again until eventually they found out what her real surname was, and she took that on. A founding phase of her life filled with so much confusion and obscurity. So she resolved at a very young age that family was not going to define her existence. She sought comfort and kindness and still yet found consistent adoration from friends, teachers, helpers, gardeners, and even strangers. Days when she would go without food, a friend was always there to share a meal. Instances when she would walk over 15 kilometers just to get home because she had missed a bus, there was always a stranger willing to give a lift. Teachers helped her with homework, and her teachers were there to comfort her in times of sorrow and loss. Succumbed to sexual abuse, physical abuse, mental, emotional. She was abused by people that she trusted. By the time her life took form, the person she would then become had already been foretold by her circumstances. And unbeknown to her, destiny was calling her name, and purpose redirected her path. Her life then became defined in the moments she took to a diary to vent, moments she saw kindness in a stranger's eyes. Every single time she felt the presence of God within her, she knew that somebody was there and somebody cared. But more importantly, the moments she saw a reflection of courage each time she looked through the mirror. Tenacious, positive affirmation, self-belief, hardworking, passionate, creative. This is everything she thought of herself to be. So instead of losing the battle of life as we know it by having a limiting belief, this young woman consistently evaluated her beliefs and rewrote them every single chance she had. She rewrote her story in her mind. She spoke words of affirmation, and she affirmed her existence and the future she wanted for herself. Days when she wanted to take her own life, she chose to write her feelings down instead, so that one day, when she was older, she would look back and see just how she would have come, how far she would have come. If you ask me any day how a child her age managed to make such life-giving decisions, I can honestly not tell you how. But I will confess that her belief and her faith in God is what has kept her going all these years. The moral of the story is that you can never let your past define your future. Ultimately, what you attract is what you get. So instead of focusing on her parents who were not there to raise her, she became grateful for each and every person who took responsibility to take care of her when she was a child. And instead of dwelling on the hurt that was a result of the abuse, she chose to forgive her abusers, acknowledging that they were weak vessels. Instead of feeling like she was never really a part of any family unit, she celebrated her friendships, which until this day have become the strongest relationships she has. This young woman made a decision every day to focus and uplift the good things she had and still has going. She imagined the life that she wanted, and she made it happen. With so much resilience, she has gone after everything she has ever wanted, and she has gotten it. Not because she's a genius, but because she persisted towards her goals and believed as well as trusted her ability to bring to life everything she birthed within her spirit. Now, every day when you wake up, you have a choice to make. Do you want to feel sorry for yourself and focus on your problems? Or do you want to stamp them underfoot and keep walking towards a solution? Yes, it's easier said than done. But that's the thing about a mindset. You can change it and switch it around. Fake it until you make it. When someone shouts, "You can't do it," whisper, Or shout back if you have the guts that you can do it. You can do all things through Christ who strengthens you. When someone says you will not go to where you want to be, when someone says you will not get to where you want to be, let them know that with or without them, one day you will achieve your goals. Whatever negative words are spoken to you, or whatever negative actions are done to bring you down, profess a different or more positive narrative over yourself. 2 things could have happened to this girl. She could have chosen to dwell in her sorrows, dwell in the hurt caused by the absence of her parents, victimized herself from the abuse she experienced. But she chose to focus on her bright future. She kept reminding herself that her ladder will be greater than her past. Teach your mind to think and your mouth to profess the opposite of negative beliefs and negative confessions. Again, when you think or see yourself as a failure, teach your mind to imagine and see yourself succeeding. Each time you do or try something and it doesn't work out, see the result as a stepping stone and not a stumbling block. Ultimately, you reap what you sow. If you sow positive vibes and positive thoughts, a positive frame of mind, you will reap positive results. I really hope this video has been helpful. If you liked it, please give it a thumbs up and share with as many people as you possibly can. And let's spread some love. There is a whole lot of people out there in the world that need it right now. I don't take your subscriptions for granted. So thank you, 30 subscribers, and we are growing. The goal is to get to 100. So let's subscribe, guys. I really, really appreciate you clicking that subscribe button, sharing with your friends, clicking the like button. If you haven't already, don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification button so that each time I post a video, you get notified. I look forward to catching up with you each week as we change the immigrant narrative one city at a time.